Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer-related deaths here in the United States. About 1 in 16 people will get diagnosed with it in their lifetime. That number is even greater for firefighters. Good evening, I'm Jordan Smith. Bronte Sorotsky joins us here in studio with how Cancer Care Northwest is helping firefighters get screened for free.
Well, Jordan, with everything firefighters are exposed to daily, their risk of cancer is more than 10% above the public's. That's why today's free screenings were so crucial. Chris Larson, a firefighter with the Northern Lakes Fire Protection District, puts his life on the line every day to save others in more ways than one.
It is a huge part of why we are losing so many young firefighters and retirees at an early age, because we didn't have the cancer screening.
Firefighters like Chris are exposed to different kinds of toxins and smoke daily. That exposure can lead to lung cancer.
Last year at the International Firefighter Memorial in Colorado Springs, they had 75% of all line of duty deaths was related to cancer.
Although he says the fire department takes precautions to limit as much exposure as possible, the fear of a cancer diagnosis is still prominent in firefighters' everyday lives.
When I first got into it, we didn't know that some of the cancer risks that we had.
On Saturday, Cancer Care Northwest hosted free lung cancer screenings for area firefighters and community members looking to get checked.
Firefighters have about a 10% increased risk of cancer than the general population, just because of what they're exposed to at work.
Those screenings included a free CT scan to check for any early signs of cancer.
And we know that the earlier we detect it, the higher chance we have of curing it.
Chris says he appreciates what Cancer Care Northwest is doing for firefighters, no matter the outcome of his test.
I would rather know and have cancer screening and find out in an early stage than when it's too late.
And if you missed out on these free screenings today, Cancer Care Northwest says you can still call them to coordinate one yourself. Live in studio, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Some really good information there, Bronte. Thank you. And this afternoon, a fire in Colbert, Washington burned almost 4 acres near Riverview Drive. You can see there on your screen. Spokane County Fire District 9 Division Chief Nathan Jeffrey says the area is rocky and steep, which made the fire very difficult to fight. And while there are homes near the fire fortunately did not burn or threaten any of those homes. The fire has stopped getting bigger. Crews now working to contain it. A helicopter is in the area doing bucket drops. And we'll send things over to meteorologist Matt Gray. Matt, another beautiful weekend here. Some thunderstorms here in the near future, though.
Yes, so we're going to be kind of, getting hotter. Sometimes with the heat eventually comes thunderstorms when that pattern changes. Right now, it has been a gorgeous Saturday. We're still hanging out in the 80s here as we're at the 6 o'clock hour. 80 in Spokane, we're at 81 in Coeur d'Alene. You can see a little bit of haze on the horizon here. It has been a very still day. There has not been a whole lot of breeze around Spokane and around Coeur d'Alene proper. And so in the metro, our air quality actually down to moderate at this hour. Expecting that may linger on into Sunday, but should not be getting worse than that as skies are clear and things are looking pretty good. But you can kind of see here we got winds coming out of the north, over North Idaho, over western Washington, winds out of the south. And so we're just kind of stuck in this kind of stagnant spot here, right in the middle of everything. Now, some of these winds coming out of Montana have tried to bring some showers across the state line and into North Idaho. They have largely been unsuccessful, but we have seen a few showers around the Silver Valley as we've gone through the afternoon and evening, and we may see a sprinkle approach St. Mary's as we get later on tonight. Otherwise, looks like another beautiful evening. We have more beautiful weather ahead before we start to see some hot temperatures and then those thunderstorms that we talked about with Jordan. We'll talk more about that coming up in my full forecast.
All right, Matt, looking forward to that. Thank you. And the Kellogg School District confirmed that they held their graduation this morning after posting to social media Friday afternoon that the district canceled graduation for today. Superintendent of the Kellogg School District says he learned from the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office that around 300 people would come to possibly protest at the graduation. And this all started Tuesday when a senior made a comment during an assembly saying that there are only 2 genders. And that student was no longer allowed to walk at graduation. But according to the superintendent, even though those comments were not approved by the administration, that's not the reason he wasn't allowed to walk. Parents were frustrated, angry, and disappointed.
Us parents are not worried about that. We can take care of our children. And if you are worried about it, then don't go to the graduation.
And that decision to have graduation was made last night after the parents met with the superintendent. That graduation was rescheduled to 10 a.m. this morning. The superintendent says it went without a hitch.
I don't know of any options, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I mean, I want my daughter to get the help she needs.
With the Department of Health pushing to shut down Daybreak, a youth addiction center here in Spokane, many families are scrambling to find other treatment options. There are limited resources to help with teen addiction or mental health resources here in Washington State, especially for low-income families. And many families rely on Medicaid to help foot the bill, especially at places like Daybreak. But because Daybreak is operating now without a license, insurance no longer assists with treatment, putting an enormous financial strain on the families looking for treatment. And the few other facilities here in the state that even accept Medicaid are booked out for months in advance.
Other facilities that take, Apple Health are understaffed, over capacity. Bed dates are months out, 2-3 months out. And what happens in that time if your kid has a serious drug addiction? Like, they could die.
And with the Department of Health pushing to close Daybreak's doors, patients receiving treatment there are either going to have to pay out of pocket or just hope a spot opens up at another facility here in the state. It's been 1 month since the city passed a new ordinance allowing officers to arrest people using illegal drugs in public. And now we're getting a first-hand look at how it's working. According to SPD, in May, they arrested 80 people in the downtown area for public drug use. And this is the video put out by SPD. Officers are only able to arrest people if they see them using drugs. And during that arrest, they are supposed to be talking to them about treatment options. According to Corporal Nick Briggs with the Spokane Police Department, before the ordinance, officers were feeling powerless when it came to people openly using drugs.
Officers would be patrolling the area, specifically downtown, and the problem is readily identifiable, but we just didn't have the tool to start the process for fixing it. So now I believe there is that tool in place. There's hope on behalf of the officers that they can impact change and, again, make it better for everybody.
Corporal Briggs also said a future goal would be to make 0 public drug arrests because that would mean the problem was eliminated. An unidentified body from 1980 has finally been identified by Spokane police and the county medical examiner. The body was identified as Donald Pearson. Pearson's body was found in a railroad tunnel in East Spokane, and they couldn't identify him back then because his body was severely beaten and burned. It wasn't until last year that they tested his DNA, and that led investigators to his son, whose DNA was also tested to confirm Pearson's identity. Spokane police are hopeful that anyone who knew Pearson will call Crime Check to help them find some answers to his death. That number on your screen now, 509-456-2233. A drug shortage is sweeping the nation with over 100 drugs in short supply, including those to treat cancer. Coming up, who the U.S. is teaming up with to get supply up. Plus a look at the big attraction to take your kids to this weekend.
And the weather has certainly been beautiful so far this weekend. Looks like that trend will continue, but I've got some thunderstorms and some 90-degree temperatures in the forecast. You want to stick around and I'll show you when those will pay us a visit. Coming up.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by All Lines Insurance at alllinesinsured.com.
On average, you can play longer on every dollar at Northern Quest. So chances are your dinner plans don't stand a chance. Luckily, you can make new ones right here at Maslow Steakhouse. Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering.
Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract.
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf.
The next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
I want to be smarter with my spending now.
And that's what we're here for.
Find a healthier approach to money at Giza.
Hey, check out the new Oreo Brookie Blizzard at DQ. Oreo pieces, brownie, and cookie. This treat is doing the most, which makes it the perfect treat for when you're doing, well, the least. Oh, this is nice. Oh, come on!
My neighbor!
We were enjoying a moment with the Oreo Brookie Blizzard. Okay. This is more like it. Enjoy your Oreo Brookie Blizzard moment today. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
If you have a fear of missing out, you might want to start earning with a free Camas Rewards card because, dude, Camas Rewards at Northern Quest for all the ways you play.
Live with Kelly and Mark every weekday morning.
It wasn't that long ago that the cruise ship industry was laid high and dry by COVID, but now things are much different with many people eager to set sail. ABC's Phil Lipoff has more on what it all means if you're booking a vacation.
This morning, the cruise industry is in the midst of a robust recovery from the social distancing days of the pandemic.
2023 is actually pacing to be the strongest year of cruising ever.
Industry leaders are expecting 31.5 million passengers to sail in 2023, 106% of pre-pandemic levels. Two of the biggest cruise lines are reporting more than 100% occupancy in the first quarter of 2023. According to Royal Caribbean's earnings report, the company saw average occupancy rates of 102.1%. Norwegian Cruise Holdings also saying it's seeing 101.5% of bookings January through April.
It does happen. Just like the airlines, cruise lines also overbook their ships, and they do it on purpose because they know that people ultimately will be canceling.
Diane Gainey says Celebrity Cruises bumped her off a cruise she and her family had been planning for more than a year.
When you get the contract, it should clearly state that they do overbook, and in that case, what would happen to your deposit and other charges.
Experts say be prepared to be flexible when making your plans, as most cruise companies will offer you a full refund or vouchers for travel at another time. And if you're on a packed vessel, there are still ways to make the most of it.
Phil Lipoff, ABC News, New York.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is working with a Chinese drug maker to deal with an ongoing cancer medication shortage. The agency will import the medication cisplatin to boost supply, and a Canadian pharmaceutical company will distribute it on a temporary basis. The FDA says the 50-milligram vials will be available for order by healthcare providers starting Tuesday. Cisplatin is an injectable medication that treats testicular cancer as well as bladder, cervical, ovarian, lung, gastric, breast, head and neck cancers. Recent data shows about 24 chemotherapy drugs were in active shortage as of the end of March. The Washington Department of Health is investigating 13 cases of salmonella in the state linked to backyard poultry. 2 of those cases were found in Spokane County. Of those 13 cases, 4 people have been hospitalized. Backyard poultry includes animals like chicken, ducks, and turkey. Over 100 people across 31 states have reported being sick. And the DOH says people with salmonella usually become sick 1 to 3 days after exposure. Symptoms can include fever, chills, stomach cramps, bloody diarrhea, and vomiting.
Gotta check that food safety, folks. Here we are in the month of June, and here is your forecast. For the month of June, our average highs, we average out the whole, the temperatures through the month, about 74, mid-70s and low 50s, with an average rain in the Spokane area of over an inch. Now, we could really use some rain, and that is because, well, for the year, we're running at about 2.5 inches below, at least from our Spokane Climate Station. There's been rain around the northern tier of the country, but not here. There's been lots of rain. It's moved its way through western and central Montana, but you can see here really low humidity today, helping us with the clear skies and likely some dry conditions, considering we had that fire breakout in Colbert earlier today. There has been a tease of showers, as I showed you at the beginning of the program, right along the Montana state line, and that is going to be a pattern that's going to continue for a good portion of this upcoming week, and that includes Sunday. Some small showers still trying to keep themselves together through about midnight tonight up in the high mountains in north central Idaho. And then as we get into the afternoon, once again, it's going to be areas around the Silver Valley that will have a chance to hear a few rumbles of thunder and get a little bit of rain. You might see 1 or 2 storms try to push across into the northern panhandle as well. Other places like around Orofino, you could see a shower as well. Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, however, it's just going to be a tease with some high clouds, and that is about it. And so with a calm weather pattern and with not a lot of cloud cover, our temperatures are just going to keep rising and rising. Remember, here's our average. Early in the month of June, our average high is about 71, 72 degrees, and we are going way, way past that. I'm calling for 92 by Wednesday. So that is going to, that's going to feel a little bit different than what was a very nice, pleasant temperatures last week. That'll include overnight temperatures as well, so opening the windows, not going to be as effective in the days to come. We were in the 40s just a couple days ago. Now we're at 56 in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, 57 for tonight. For tomorrow, you start to see a few upper 80s in central Washington, 90s in the LC Valley, mid 80s around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and across North Idaho, we're going to see a lot of low 80s that'll gradually progress to mid 80s in the days ahead. We're going to be close to 90 degrees as we get to Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, I think we'll be hovering right in those low 90s, but our pattern starts to change. And we see some thunderstorms moving in. Likely they'll be a little bit vigorous with those hot temperatures. We'll be watching those days in the forecast pretty closely in the days ahead.
In the meantime, some pretty good patio weather, Matt. Well, if you've ever dreamed of meeting dinosaurs or are just a big Jurassic World fan, this is your weekend. The Jurassic World Tour is here in Spokane, transforming the Spokane Arena into the jungles of the fictional island from the movies and giving audience members a chance to interact with the life-size dinosaurs. The show has a brand new storyline. A team of scientists are working on a device for people to understand dinosaurs' emotions when another dinosaur escapes and causes chaos in the park. The audience will be able to join forces with the scientists to save all of the park's dinosaurs and even interact with them firsthand.
So we have seats that are actually right on our floor, and the dinosaurs actually come up to the people sitting in those seats and interact with them. The raptors might snap at you or, give you a little roar. Never scary, of course, but very thrilling and exciting to be right there interacting with dinosaurs.
Yeah. Sounds like a fun show to be a part of, and the shows run through Sunday, so you got to get your tickets here pretty quick. Hoopfest is also just a few weeks away, and the organizers say they are looking for more court monitors. And organizers say they will provide you with all the tools and training you will need, and as an added perk, you'll get free gear, including new shoes, shorts, and a t-shirt courtesy of Under Armour. So if you want to sign up, we have a link to register. Just visit our website, kxly.com. Coming up here in sports, we're 24 hours away from Game 2 of the NBA Finals right here on 4 News Now. Everything you need to know ahead of the big game coming up in sports.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
Coeur d'Alene Casino presents the Core Stars Entertainment Series. Join us as we celebrate our 30-year anniversary with an amazing lineup of the hottest entertainment. See comedian Jeff Foxworthy on Thursday, July 27th. Don't miss an evening with Night Ranger on Thursday, August 24th. Plus, join us for King of the Cage on Thursday, September 14th. For tickets, visit the casino box office or cdacasino.com. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
This is Dan. Dan is digging a tunnel. Dan really wants to attend the MLB All-Star Week at T-Mobile Park, so Dan is digging. Too bad no one told Dan about the $5 Hit 5 ticket from Washington's lottery. Each purchase comes with a chance to win one of 14 MLB All-Star Week prize packages. But Dan doesn't know that, so Dan is digging. Good luck, Dan. You might want to hurry. Or go get a $5 Hit 5 ticket from Washington's lottery.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
Well, it is time for some Seattle Mariners baseball. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minenso. And if Seattle Mariners want to win the AL West Division, they will have to go through the Texas Rangers. Seattle entered today 8.5 games behind Texas for first place in the AL West. Now, they were looking to make up some ground, but the Rangers, they have the best offense in all of baseball. Bryan Woo on the mound for the Mariners. And Jonah Heim, he doesn't care. Heim, with the 2-run double right here, drops in as the Mariners fall behind by 2 in the first. Now we go all the way to the 6th inning. Seattle still trailing. This time they're trying to climb back into this game. It'll be Jose Caballero. Caballero turns on one and hits it all the way down the line. It bounces off the wall. That scores a run for Seattle as the Mariners all of a sudden are back in business. But then, I don't know, something changed. Maybe it was with the baseballs or the air. It was just interesting because Texas went on a tear. Leody Taveras crushes this one over the wall as Seattle falls behind 10-3 after the home run. Then a few innings later, it's Marcus Semien who's now hitting 22 straight games. The Rangers hit 4 home runs from the 5th inning on as the Mariners fall in this one 16-6. The Rangers have scored 10 or more runs in 15 times this season. Seattle will try to steal the series finale tomorrow. First pitch is at 11:35 a.m. The Seattle Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker was frustrated when he didn't win the Offensive Rookie of the Year last season. Walker came in 2nd place to Jets receiver Garrett Wilson, and now Walker is using that frustration as motivation during this offseason. Walker ran for more than 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns last year, which led all rookies in 2022. And now Walker is another year older, another year wiser, and ready to be even better in his 2nd year with the Seahawks.
It's much easier. You know, I know the plays. I know what to expect on offense and versus the defense. So it's much easier. My head's not spinning from when I first got here.
The Seahawks have 3 more OTA practices before training camp next month. And we are a day away from Game 2 of the NBA Finals between the Denver Nuggets and Miami Heat. The Nuggets took Game 1 behind a 27-point triple-double from 2-time MVP Nikola Jokic. Now, it was the first time the Heat lost Game 1 of a series in these playoffs. Denver will look to go up 2-0 tomorrow night, but they know it will not be easy.
You know, I reminded our group, if they didn't know, that Miami went into Milwaukee and won Game 1. They went into the Garden in New York City and won Game 1. They won Game 1 up in Boston. So we did not want them coming in here taking control of the series on our court. To your point, we've done a hell of a job all season long of protecting our home court. I don't think we've lost a game at home in the playoffs as of yet. And we know Sunday night's going to be a hell of a challenge. So proud of our guys for going out there and getting the win.
Tip-off for Game 2 is at 5 o'clock Sunday, and you can watch the entire series of the NBA Finals right here on 4 News Now. That'll wrap us up for sports. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Diamonds and Dreams is proudly sponsored by Lewiston Motor Company in Lewiston, Idaho.
Held over by popular demand. The Battle of the Brands at the Northwest Spa Sale. The Northwest's largest factory direct hot tub and swim spa liquidation. Save up to 50% off hundreds of spas. Factory reps from top brands are on site fighting for your business. Huge instant factory rebates. Hot tubs from $49.99. Swim spas from $19.99. Easy low rate financing. Everything must go. Immediate delivery. Hurry and Sunday. Spokane's Northtown Mall parking lot. NWSpaSale.com. NWSpaSale.com.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering.
Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract.
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf.
The next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Monday on Good Morning Northwest, get caught up on the weekend's top stories, plus breaking news updates and a look ahead at your work week forecast.
Plus summer swim time in Spokane Valley, how city pools are gearing up to keep you safe. That's Monday on Good Morning Northwest, starting at 5.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
I was scared the night you overdosed, but I was prepared. I brought naloxone with me. I learned when to use it. I learned how to use it. And I know you trusted me to use it. I held your hand tight when you woke up because I wanted you to feel safe. Your life is worth saving, friend, and I would save it again if I had to.
Well, as you can see on here, some hot, dry afternoons ahead. We've already been talking about some brush fires today. So this is going to be something that I know it's kind of early, but it's something that we're going to have to start thinking about, especially as we start to get up into the 90s here by the middle of this upcoming week.
The dreaded 90s, Matt. Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Bust out the SPF. Hey, you know, if you don't find a patio tonight, that Jurassic Park thing looks pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I was a big dinosaur fan as a kid.
You were?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
I might have to embrace my fears. Take it out tonight.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.